Oh my goodness. It's been so long since we used this just the computer's um recorder. Hi everyone. I just got back from Dune Part 2. I saw it in 70 millimeter at my favorite movie house as well. I believe I watched 87% of Dune 2 and caught most of all the major fucking points. And I did not hear the. I stayed for the credits. I watched the credits. The credits are part of the composition of your film. They contain denouement. They contain decompression. It allows you to unpack what you just saw, which I'm doing now. I just saw Dune Part 2. It is March the 15th, 2024, the Ides of March. This movie came out 2 weeks ago. Most of everything was spoiled. There were no surprises in this movie, and that's including the writer's modern adaptation and presentation of the film too, because like seriously, Thufir Hawat was cut out of the part two. Thufir's, yeah, I mean, he was, yeah. But to let you know, oh, it's right here. That's right. It's always within our arms. Okay, look, that's Dune, Part 1 by Denis Villeneuve. This is Dune by 1984 by David Lynch. This is the Dune collection, the 5-disc set. It was 2000 and 2003 on the Sci-Fi Network. That was the adaptation of Frank Herbert's Dune. That was Dune, Dune Messiah, and Children of Dune, the first 3 books. And this is Jodorowsky's Dune. Amazing shit, dude. The failed adaptation of Dune, Frank Herbert's Dune, in the mid 1970s. It was going to be made until it didn't get made. And dude, could you imagine Mick Jagger as Fade Rotha? Can you imagine David Carradine as Duke Leto Atreides the First, Paul's father? I mean, there was serious tracks laid down, and in here in Jodorowsky's Dune, like this is where O'Bannon met Geiger, and this is how we got Alien and shit. Seriously, I just got back from Dune Part 2, so my initial feelings. Oh my gosh, this is a hot take. My initial feelings. I've been drinking all night. I had to get up 3 times during the movie. I got 3 beers during the movie because I had to pee. But it was in 70 millimeter on film. Okay? Over here in the top right corner of your film, there's something called the cigarette burn. And it's these little holes that you see. And that's a cue for the projectionist to change reels. And this exists in reality, not a simulation on digital. So I got to have like this visceral experience, which I know with my movie house, the projectionist, and this seamless transition of of changing reels. And it's still an art, and it's still something that gets done at a movie house. And that was 70 millimeter, and it wasn't digital. And why does that matter? It's a big print, and it was just like in normal stereo, not the surround sound stuff. Wow, it was a good movie. It was hard. it was kind of I'm going to watch it again. I need to watch it again. There's such wonderful juxtaposition between Arrakis and Giedi Prime. Like interior things in Giedi Prime seem to have normal flesh tones, but things that are done in natural light on Giedi Prime. Think about what I just said, natural light. Now, Giedi Prime apparently has a black sun, whatever that means in science fiction. But the light it casts and everything, I guess, okay, then I'll bring up my major fucking gripe with Dune, the 2021-2024 Villeneuve's, and there will be a part 3, I hope. I'll say this, because Dune 1 was opened with Chani's, Zendaya's voiceover and narrative kind of voice. Dune 2 was opened with Florence Pugh, Princess Erlan, Carino, daughter of Shaddam IV's narrative voice. So I'm hoping that like Dune 3 is the narrative voice of Anya Taylor-Joy, of of Saint Alia of the Knife, of Alia Atreides' little sister to Paul. There's a really wonderful play of feminine roles and masculine roles still. I mean, I had no problem with Chani in this fucking movie. What were people going on about saying Chani this, Chani that? I mean, dude, Chani is actually a tragic role. If you know your Dune books. I love the Dune books. I don't have all 6, but I have it's over here somewhere. It's Dune Part 4. Why did I do that? Sorry. It was not an easy reach. It wasn't. Oh, wow. Have I done that before in the show? I probably have. I think I have. Hopefully it was about talking about Dune. Stand by. This is... Okay, well, I looked at my bookshelf and I can't find God Emperor of Dune. And I know I have that somewhere. There is a copy of God Emperor of Dune in paperback somewhere on my bookshelf with my books. It's somewhere. I'm not going to bore you with these details at this moment in our lives. Let me tell you, though, that please like and subscribe and hit that smash button and all that good shit. We're talking about Dune Part 2 by Denis Villeneuve. It was supposed to have come out around my birthday in November of 2023. It's March of 2024, and I just went and saw it, and I like to say that I'm a huge fan of the Dunes. Okay? We're Dune fans here. Hello. I really liked it. I really liked it a lot. There's a lot of Dune going on there. There's always there's one story point from the books that hasn't made the movies, and that's Gurney believes what he was lied to with. Gurney Halleck was lied to, and he believed this, that Lady Jessica, had an active role in. She was the spy. She was basically, the doctor, the Sook doctor. Oh gosh, 1,000 deaths aren't enough for, not Gurney. You know what I'm talking about. the Sook doctor, Wellington Huey. Yes. 1,000 deaths aren't enough for Huey. So it was Gurney Halleck thought that Lady Jessica had Huey's role in the downfall of the Atreides. So when Gurney Halleck sees Lady Jessica for the first time, the Reverend Mother of the fucking Fremen, he pulls a knife on her and wants to cut her head off. And there's a lot of talking down that, no, Gurney, my mother wasn't Huey. That was something you heard and you believe that. And he's so remorseful. But the beautiful irony of it is that, Lady Jessica's a beautiful woman, and she's trained in the Bene Gesserit arts of seduction, blah, blah, woof, woof. But Gurney Halleck ends up being Lady Jessica's partner. Okay, I'm going to let you sit on that. It's kind of like a life well living, like the Inkvine scar and this life of... He never thought he would be with a beautiful woman like Lady Jessica Atreides. And he does. Gurney Halleck ends up with Lady Jessica. They end up being the custodians of Caladan. And that's his happily ever after. That he gets to have sex with and Lady Jessica for the rest of his life. It's this weird kind of... Because they had their own story. They had their own B story. And this is in the books. I'm not making this up. I read this in a book. That Lady Jessica Atreides, the Reverend Mother of the Fremen, ends up being the romantic partner of Gurney Halleck. They spend their lives together happily ever after. On Caladan, a place of peace and water. Very far from the mindscape of what is fucking Arrakis. I really liked Zendaya's performance. I really liked Timothée Chalamet's performance. I really liked Rebecca Ferguson's performance. I really liked Josh Brolin's performance. I really liked Dave Bautista's performance. I really liked Austin Butler's performance. I really liked Stellan Skarsgård's performance and Florence Pugh. And, oh gosh. And Christopher Walken's performance. And Javier Bardem's performance. I mean, like, there's just so much going on in this movie. And I didn't even get to the very, very end of this movie. I know that Anya Taylor-Joy has some kind of role in this movie. And that there's a bit... It's so weird. Is there a pro-life message to this movie? Is this about the simplicity? I mean, there's no simple message here. I fucking like this movie a lot. I have to watch it again. Léa Seydoux. Holy shit. It makes me think that has there ever been... Did I always overlook it? Was there somebody within Dunes 4, 5, and 6 that was the daughter of Margot Fenrig and Feyd-Rautha? Has there ever been was there a second Kwisatz Haderach based upon that bloodline? I ask questions. I fucking like this movie a lot. I can't wait to watch it again. And my favorite part, though, is watching it in 70 millimeter, which is it was in a projection. It was on film, and it was in a projector. It wasn't a digital projection. This was film. I watched film tonight. I had cinema. I saw the cigarette burns in the corner of the frame a few times. I got up a few times. During the movie, every time I did, I got more beer. I did. I'm sorry. And what I did was I went to the bathroom as well. I had to pee so badly. It was just like I was after full day of work, and I saw it alone. Yet I had fun. I walked in, and the movie house for the overture was playing the Dune '84 music. I know this music, and I was like, "That's Toto," and I got to we like was talking with a few of the people around me. That was nice. It was like being in the comic book shop. Mm. But I don't get what was up with the whole Chani thing. Chani was totally within her fucking realm there. I guess I got nothing like, on especially on Zendaya's performance as well. Everyone was so good in this movie. This is a good movie, and it's 2 hours and 45 minutes long. I had to pee 3 times through this movie, so I'm looking forward to seeing it at home on my big ass TV. I already got part one. I have to get it in 4K now, don't I? Because I have a 4K player. I love Dune. Dune's one of my favorite books and stories ever, and this was a very clever, very visual auteur's handling of it. I love the whole Act 1 thing. The Act 2. When does Act 2 start up? Act 2 starts on Kitty Prime with Fade Rotha's story. Like Act 1 is Paul's story. It's just simple storytelling. And then Act 3 is the Emperor's story. I like this. It's still storytelling in movies, and just I really liked it a lot. And yes, Erlian is the narrative voice that pulls together all 3 acts. Sure, yes, it's there. Enjoy your movie. It's a movie. I liked it. There are things missing. There are things added. It works. It's cohesive. It's a Dune story. Wow. I mean, I mean, just okay. I was set up to be disappointed. That's the whole thing. I thought I was going to be disappointed after coming home. I am not. I'm elated. I'm looking forward to watching it again a few more times. I know I missed so much that I had to get up and pee. I had to because I drank so much beer. But every time I got up, I got another glass of beer. And I had to get up and pee again. And there came to a point where I was like, I was okay. I'm going to, I missed so much of this that I volunteered to miss the last, 3 minutes of the movie along with all the credits and music to get the bus home. I don't care. Yeah, cause I'm going to watch. I liked it. Yes, please. And more. I hope there's a part 3. There should be. And what do you think? Let me know what you think. I had a great time watching Dune. I'm a huge Dune fan. My least favorite parts of the movie, I guess. Okay, I'll lay it on the cards on the table. Like with modern storytelling, there was so much diversity and representation with the Fremen, and there was absolutely none with the Harkonnens. They were all bald and white. And even if, was there diversity in the paleness? As in, with genetics and biology? It's not talking about culture. Seriously, with the same diversity of hiring actors. Fremen culture was so robust and diverse. It's it literally has to be a microcosm of human life here on Earth with 8 billion souls. Then came this fiction of getting off this planet. So did Fremen life have a homogeneity? Or does it? It does, or does it? Because Harkonnen life, and then came Royal Carino life. That's a bit on the nose. Culturally. That's my only problem with the movie. There seemed to be no diversity in representation and equity with the casting of your Harkonnens. Where was the same sense of equity? I mean, look at your Fremen. There was such a diversity in our modern parlance of the word. I'm not saying that this movie was the W word. It's not. Not at all. I don't think so. I don't think that. I don't. I didn't see it. There was a terrifying moment in this movie, and it's meant to convey the sheer horror and brutality of the Harkonnen, and it's the only proof of we have the horror are the screams and the bodies. But everything happens off panel, but entering a room and it's Baron Vladimir Harkonnen and the heart, his this cartooning of evil. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, I need to watch it again. And a few more times. I've watched this movie a few times. And I know that if we get a Dune Part 3, which we should, we get Jason Momoa back. We get the golden known as hate. Don't we? Who unlocks his genetic memories and once again becomes Duncan Idaho. Also, I never noticed this before in the Fremen. I noticed something vampirific. Vampirific, well, because you need to latch your fangs onto a living human and suck their blood out of, sure. But I never noticed that before. There was something inherently vampirific to the Fremen and in their cultivation of water from human bodies. Literally, there's something vampirific here that I never touched upon. And it was only revealed to me after watching this movie this time around in this manner. I mean, and something like this was played upon in jest in 1990 in Tank Girl, starring Lori Petty and Malcolm McDowell, and Naomi Watts as Jet Girl. I mean, she was so beautiful. But the thing about the cultivation of water through a reclamation system to take the inherent moisture out of the human body, freshly cadavered, I believe. Yeah, I mean, and then there's this great scene, this really great scene, empowering scene. No, just Shani's a fucking Fadakin. She's a badass. I mean, she plugs in the fucking thing into a still breathing Harkonnen. Oh, that's fucking hardcore. That would work for any hero, and that's here. I mean, don't get lost in your fucking culture war bullshit. Enjoy the fucking scene. That was badass as fuck. Seriously, I like that a lot. That was like, oh my god, it's gross, but it's like, I never picked up on on vampire notes on Dune out of the Fremen ever until this specific adaptation. I love talking about Dune. I can talk about Dune all fucking night. I really could. And I love it that I have friends out here on the internet, on YouTube, that we can get together and we can talk about fucking Dune whenever we want to. It's nice because it's like there's not many of us locally, but globally and interconnectedly, we can connect and at least bounce ideas off each other. So I'm really enjoying this, and thank you so much for being part of it. And thank you. Hit that like button, click on those notifications, and ring that bell, and subscribe, please. I mean, we've just been shooting the shit about Dune Part 2. I just got home from watching this in 70 millimeter at my local movie house. I mean, I'm really happy. I'm so glad I saw it. I mean, I just like I had to go alone, but that's fine. I mean, I had a couple of beers. It's Friday night though. Who cares? And you know what? I've been looking forward to catching this. It came out like 2 weeks ago, but all the buzz spoiled all the plot points. That, and also it's like Thufir Hawat was cut out of this movie, and once again, it's like I go back to what happened in Dune 1 when it comes to Western people using race when you cast people. It's like, and you have to change the story to suit that. Thufir Hawat was victimized by the Harkonnens and enslaved because Peter de Vries, Baron Harkonnen, Vladimir Harkonnen's Mentat, died at the Battle of Arrakeen. So Baron Harkonnen did something very cruel, and within his character, he took the Harkonnen Mentat, the master of assassins, Thufir Hawat, and made him a Harkonnen and conditioned him into having to serve the interests of House Harkonnen, which was pathetic and ironic and cruel, and the stuff of which stories are propelled with. But why wasn't that included in tonight's feature? Well, I think it's because this is just, I'm talking about culture and about casting and about modern Hollywood, but the actor identifies as being African American, and you cannot have a slave, a person of color in a modern movie like that. I don't see it happening. I had problems myself in the first movie about the race and gender swap of Liet Kynes, and that victimized character had to become a heroic character to support the race and gender swap, because you can't victimize either a woman of color or a girl boss in a movie like that. I mean, Liet Kynes had a pathetic ending. It was so unnecessary. It was so sad. Sad things here, yo. Liet Kynes. Oh. Well, thank you so much for hanging out for a little spell, talking about Dune Part 2 on the channel. I just came back from watching Dune Part 2. It was good. I can't wait to see it again. It's a Friday night, and I had a great time. Thank you so very much. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. We will see you again with more videos in those funny pages. Ciao. Bye-bye.